morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio, and today I'm a very happy boy, ladies and gentlemen. You see, we've got a new Chandelure coming out. And here's the thing about Chandelure. They're not always proven to be the best, but I think Chandelure might be, and I mean this sincerely, there's a video coming at some point in the future, the most interesting Pokemon in the card game. To run through a few random recent ones, how about the one from Unified Minds that does 10 damage and discards the top 5 cards of your deck, 60 more for each Pokemon you discard, but any fire Pokemon, even Stage 1 or Stage 2, just get instantly benched. The one from Guardians Rising that lets you move damage counters around. The one from Lost Thunder that does 20 damage for each damage counter on all of your opponent's Pokemon. The one from Noble Victories that was part of one of the best decks in the format that just placed 3 damage counters if it was active. The one from Phantom Forces that KO'd you on a coin flip if you KO'd it. The one from Plasma Freeze, which had an ability that accelerated fire energy from your deck. The one from Steam Siege that let you look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one in your hand, discard the other, and then did 10 plus 10 for each supporter card in your discard pile. Essentially, Chandelure's always fun. How fun does this Chandelure look? Well, starting off with the basics, we've got 140 HP, which is on the low side for a Stage 2, I'll be honest with you. We've got a retreat cost of 2, which is higher than we might like, but we do have Air Balloon, so that's quite nice. We've got a weakness to water, which is not that bad. I mean, Frostmoth should be good at some point, and I expect Frostmoth to be good and see play, but actually, as it stands at the moment, it's not seeing a huge amount of play, so I think we're going to be alright. And you're a fire Pokemon, and being a fire Pokemon is great. Welder to accelerate extra energy, Heat Factory, Prism Star to draw extra cards, and then we got all stuff like Fire Crystal and Fiery Flint, which basically guarantees you're never going to be wanting for energy. And of course you're hitting weakness on the best card in the game in terms of Zacian V, unless they play Metal Frying Pan. They wouldn't play Metal Frying Pan, would they? No, surely not. But what does it do? Well, our translation here actually comes from a lovely person that got in touch with me over Twitter to just send me a random unsolicited translation. I will never be upset about this. It was ADVGYM who alerted me to the card. It was Poke Kamateru? Let's go for that. Who did the translations. And apparently Chandelure's got an ability whereby all of your Pokemon in play with any energy attached have no weakness. Oh yeah, that's actually really good. It removes weakness from all of your Pokemon in play that have any energy on. That sounds amazing. And it should sound amazing. However, we have seen this before. This is Levani's Leaf Tailor from Noble Victories. And Levani's Leaf Tailor from Noble Victories said that each of your Pokemon with any energy attached has no weakness. And I suppose the good news here is that you're a fire Pokemon. You're going to be playing it in a fighter deck. You're going to have Welder. I meant fire. I think I just said fighter. I meant fire. So you're going to be able to pepper energy around the field quite nicely. You could always just go and use some kind of attack that just puts a bunch of energy around on the field. Maybe, I don't know, Volcanion going second. And that would work. I have reservations though. And my biggest reservation here is extremely straightforward. No one played Levani. Like that Levani I just mentioned that had, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, literally the exact same ability. Yeah. It didn't see any play. No one played it. So then we get to this awkward situation of what's different now? Is anything different now? Now, the good news is, one of the great things I love about this Chandelure, it is not dependent on being a fire Pokemon. It is not your fire Pokemon with any energy attached. It is any of your Pokemon with any energy attached, which means that you can basically use it in any deck you like whatsoever. That makes it a way better card. It makes it far more doable. So here's my argument. We are seeing decks with multiple Stage 2s seeing play. Firstly, we've got Quick Ball and Evolution Incense nowadays that do make these decks a lot better. But also we've got Inteleon. And Inteleon's got that redonkulous ability whereby when you evolve up into it, you get to search your deck for any 2 trainer cards and put them in your hand. And don't sleep on the Drizzile that when you evolve into it, you get to search for any 1 trainer card and put it into your hand. And that means that you can grab something like Rare Candy Evolution Incense, so as soon as you get your first Inteleon, and Drizzile will help with that, you can then get another Stage 2. And I've shown you decks on this channel where people play Meganium. That's the one that lets you evolve from a basic straight up to a Stage 2 without using Rare Candy, even if it hasn't been down for a turn. And then, of course, those decks also maybe play a little bit of Swampert. That's the one that lets you discard a card from your hand and draw 3 cards. Think of it like Cinccino's ability, but you get to draw an extra card. And the point here is that you can actually make all of this work because that's the format we're in at the moment. Rosa's another fantastic card. You get a little Pokemon KO'd early on in the game, and then use Rosa to search yourself a trainer card, Rare Candy, an evolution Pokemon, well any Pokemon, but you go for the Stage 2, and then a basic energy. So maybe these cards actually make it work. Maybe all of these cards make Stage 2s better. Because if you can get this out quickly, it's great. I mean, people literally do play Weakness Guard energy at the moment. It's a special energy that you attach to one of your Pokemon and it takes away their weakness. In a format where people would play Weakness Guard energy, why wouldn't you play this? And then, why would you maybe also not take advantage of all these new tricks and try and get some Stage 2s rolling? I'm not saying it's definitely going to work. I'm saying that there is maybe a chance that it will. Certainly if you're playing the other Chandelure, why not? And I think the other Chandelure is way better with Sword and Shield cards. Now, there is an attack here, and it's not a terrible attack. 1 fire, 1 colorless energy, 110 damage, plus confusion. Automatic confusion. I do need to mention I did check this with the lovely David Hockman. I got most of this myself, but I could not quite get over the finish line. So I did check with the lovely David Hockman, who is lovely, and did hook me up with the rest of the translation. It's fine. I mean, being a fire Pokemon, you've got Welder. Or maybe if you're behind on prizes, use something like Counter Gain. It's not an attack we're going to be particularly worrying about paying, put it that way. This is fine in terms of an attack cost. 110 damage. Here's the thing I love about this, right? You get a 1-hit KO on Zacian. If they don't have a metal frying pan attached. But remember, by the time this comes out, we're going to have our reprint of Tool Scrapper, which means Tool Scrapper is going to be legal in the format again, which means you are going to be able to remove metal frying pan, so it's actually going to be way better. And getting an instant 1-hit KO on the best Pokemon in the format, yes, that's actually incredibly good. And of course, it does bear pointing out here that even if you're not getting a 1-hit KO, you are getting confusion. If your opponent tries to attack, they have to flip a coin. If tails, the attack fails, and they take 30 damage instead. I don't think this is a powerhouse attacker. I think if you're hitting for weakness, it's a really nice attack. If you're not hitting for weakness, it's a fairly low energy attack, which could be quite useful and could help. And look, it's way better than Levani's attack. Levani's attack was a grass double colorless 40 damage, flip 2 coins, 20 more for each heads. In the unlikely 25% chance that you actually flip double heads, you did 80 damage for free energy. This does 110 plus confusion for 2. Plus, is there anyone out there that actually thinks Levani is cooler than Chandelure? If so, you're entitled to your opinion, but I somewhat strongly disagree. The point here is we've got a really nice ability that can help out a bunch of decks, and we've got a useful attack, which I don't think is a reason to play the card, but if you're playing the card anyway, may well be worth it. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to know what you think about... Oh wait, no, we haven't given a score, have we? Free Wassies. Kind of card you need in your binder, you might use it, nice tech card, but I don't think it's going to break the format. I would love to be wrong. Now I'd like to hear from you lovely ladies and gentlemen. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at The Wassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassiePlays, where you can find out about a whole bunch of games that don't have Pokemon in, but are still awesome and we still love them. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.